Hi, everybody. It's me. And today I decided because happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, like, right? So let's do something peaceful. Let's do something enjoyable. Let's do something that will lighten our hearts and promote peace. And the thing is one thing that I really love is baking and cooking. And I think I am great at it. Um, but part of that is also sharing what I bake and cook with other people. And I can honestly say that almost nothing of what I bake doesn't, part of it does not leave to feed others. And that's something that I really take pride in and enjoy. And so I figured I'd show it today. We're going to have a live. I thought about like doing the video and then posting it, but I really do like the live format. I think that um, it kind of just helps us. I just want to interact. We'll interact. So today is going to be a live baking show. I'm glad you could join me. And today I'm going to be making banana pecan chocolate chip bread. And first and foremost, to get started, is what is key for me in any baking. Oh, yeah, I had to turn the music off. Most of the time when I'm baking, I have background music playing, but apparently there's copyright issues, so that's not a thing. Um, First and foremost, we have our coffee cup here, right? Come over here, take a spoonful of sugar, put it in there, take the French press, and pour a generous cup of coffee. Step one. Okay, second, I have, and I already mashed them because I find that with banana bread, um, it helps to let the bananas soften. In other words, put them in the bowl, sprinkle a little bit of sugar over them, and this is your result. They're easier to mash. They're easier to mix in. I am going to wash my hands. I will be right back. Another important step is hygiene, making sure that everything is clean, making sure your hands are clean. Alrighty. Okay. Second thing that I do is take my phone and consult a recipe. I don't really use recipes, but what I do is I kind of consult them, and that helps so that I don't like leave anything out, or because sometimes I can get distracted. So it helps for me to just have a consultation here of what so I'm not forgetting. Um, so right now I've got 6 bananas, and that's actually a double recipe, but I'm going to actually stretch that and make it into a triple recipe, which one will be for my household. And oh man, I hope I don't eat a whole loaf. What'll be for my household, one is going to be for Gypsy's household, and one is going to be for Laura's household. So we're going to get started here. Okay, with the bananas, I have sprinkled a little bit of sugar in there. We're going to need some oil. So I'm going to come over here, grab my oil. I'm going to try to keep random things from showing. And I'm going to just go with a 1/2 cup because this recipe calls for butter. Hi! Hi from Seattle. I hope you are staying safe in Puerto Rico. I literally cannot even fathom having the ground shaking under my feet that much. That is crazy. And I hope the response comes. And so my heart goes out to you. Leslie, hi. 23. Oh, it's 11:48 in South Africa. I'm making banana pecan chocolate chip bread. So, I got the oil in, and like I said, I only wanted 1/2 cup because this recipe literally calls for a little bit of butter, and we're doubling it. So I don't want tons of oil in there. So I'm going to grab my butter here. I'm going to take a bowl. And pretty much, let's see, we have got half a cup of butter and half a cup of butter. What I said, like it's a lot. I'm going to take that down. We're going to melt that out there. Okay, it is taking me a second to open the butter. Like I said, I like it live because this is reality. This is me baking. Throw that away. And I'm gonna stick this. I'm hoping. Oh, I wonder if I can use the microwave without interrupting the signal. Let's see here. We're about to find out. So melt the butter down. I'm just gonna throw it in there for a minute. Rowan actually will not be getting any of this because it has chocolate in it. And chocolate is bad for dogs. Our systems can't handle it. So you're welcome. So, okay, I got the oil in here. Now, the thing is it calls for, the recipe I use usually calls for 1 egg. But since I'm splitting it into 3 pans, I'm actually going to use 3. Because when I'm doubling a recipe, sometimes it turns into a triple. Which this time it's turning into a triple. So I'm going to use 3 eggs. And just keep in mind that when I'm doing this, usually I'm bopping around to music. So I'm going to try not to get distracted. Music helps me focus sometimes. Okay. Let's see here. I need the dish towel that is under my laptop. Okay, good. All right. Hi, Creation Nuts. Don't worry about being late. This is actually going to be a long broadcast because I'm going to take you through the whole baking. I am, however, after we put it in the oven, the finished result is actually going to go on Patreon and Instagram. So I have both the links up in my description if you so choose to see the finished result. Which honestly, I mean, sometimes it doesn't turn out great, and sometimes it's wonderful. Actually, most of the time it's usually wonderful, but every once in a while, man, it's a big screw up. Luckily, I have people downstairs that'll eat my screw ups. Okay, so got the 3 eggs in. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla. As you can see, I am almost out of vanilla. But I would be remiss without saying thank you, Kate. Kate, most of the ingredients that I'll be using, Kate dropped off to me to be able to do this and provide. So I have to say thank you, Kate, very much. Let's see. Okay. I like vanilla. Okay, so what I added honestly was probably about 2 teaspoons. So we're gonna go with that. Then I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna grab the salt, and I'm gonna go with about 1.5 teaspoons. I'll show you. Hold up. I'll show you how much I'm gonna go with. I have little hands, so bam, that's the salt. Maybe sometime I'll use a recipe. Okay, so we got the salt, we got that. Now we're going to add our sugar. And in this one, I'm not going to be using brown sugar. Sometimes I use brown sugar, but actually, scratch that. I'm going to use about a quarter cup of sugar, or brown sugar with the sugar. Okay, there we go. And the thing is usually, yeah, like if you look here, I like have all my baking stuff. Like this is my brown sugar. And usually my sugar is sitting here too. I don't know why I put it way up in the cabinet. Okay. Break, coffee time. Okay. Where's my little, for everybody's sake, I'm gonna measure. Okay. Okay, I'm doing a cup of sugar, and then I'm gonna do a half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, we're gonna go a little under half a cup. Okay. Sheila, do you need you to send anything along with the cranberries? Ooh, let me think on that. No, if I could just get the cranberries, that would be magical. Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so very much, Sheila. I appreciate that. I actually have some canning stuff, so I'll be able to can some, and I will get you some of my cranberry sauce. I think I got distracted and I forgot where things are going here. Okay, so we got our sugars, we got our eggs, we got our salt, we got our oil. What did we forget? The butter. Gonna pour that right in there. Okay. And because of the noise, I definitely will. And it's only gotten better. Thanks to Ty's advice, I took the nutmeg out and it seems to flow a little better. The only thing that I think I would need that I have a hard time getting just because of expense is pecans. But yeah, it's only gotten better with time, girl. I would be glad to make you some. Okay, so got everything in there. We're set on the wet ingredients right now. And I'm not going to use the mixer because the mixer is really loud. So while I'm doing this, anybody got any questions or comments or anything, chatter you'd like to discuss while I'm mixing this? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's kind of the key, that and my other little secret ingredient there to kind of cut the bitterness of the cranberries. It's not really a secret. It's really in the amounts. It's cayenne. Cayenne cuts through the bitterness of the cranberries and kind of mellows it out, along with the pecans, which give it. It's just there's so much to my cranberry sauce. Like I don't like the canned cranberry sauce, and I know a lot of people that didn't, and so I really wanted to make something that was definitely a cranberry base, but people would like it. And I was very lucky to stumble up on a homemade recipe and be very desperate. What is it? Wonderful things come out of desperation sometimes. Anna, what am I making? Cookies or cake? I am actually making banana pecan chocolate chip bread. So I think we've got everything mixed up in there enough. Just kind of give it a couple more quick things. How's the weather where I live? I'm always arguing with people that Seattle is honestly not that rainy because I live down south, but winters are. And so this is our winter, and it's been raining off and on. It's gray, but I will tell you, this morning was clear, and those mountains were gorgeous. We are surrounded by these mountains, and it went. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. Just that little bit of sunlight. Okay, what ingredients are done? And I do find that I have to. That it's just better to mix your dry ingredients separately. Okay, let's see. 23 degrees. Yeah, it's like we were real cold there for a hot second and we jumped right back up. We're like 47, almost 50, and I can handle that. And actually, today, one of my conditions that goes along is called Raynaud's. And Raynaud's phenomenon is where it's a condition where you're really intolerant to cold. And so any cold would just have me, it hurts. It hurts everything. And so my rheumatologist started me on a new medication, hopefully to help that. And I took it, and literally I have my heat off right now, which for me is really phenomenal. I'm feeling good. So it's really exciting. Like maybe I can even enjoy winter at some point. I don't know about going that far, but okay. Thank you. I'm in a great mood. I love baking, and I thought, I've been asked like in Instagram and other places to do a baking video. And last time I did one, it was just the camera. But one of the things I like about the live format is I get to interact with you guys. And that means a lot to me. And so even if it turns long or whatever, I think that this is fun. I'm enjoying this. And so I'm going to do this today. Let's see. Answering question. I'll start dry ingredients in a minute. Been to Seattle and it's very pretty. Yes, it's gorgeous. Yeah, Anna, I get to the point where I can't get warm and I will have to take a warm shower or something because I can't warm myself up. I can wrap in blankets, whatever. It's awful. And it makes the arthritis worse, whatever. It was negative 18 here yesterday morning. Yeah. Yep. That's a big old note from me. Thanks. No, no, absolutely not. Like, I would have to develop penguin skills. you know. Or wait, penguins are mainly where it's warm, huh? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do dry ingredients now, okay? All right, where is, and I do have gluten-free flours and stuff, but I am not as versed on using them. And I did my first gluten-free vegan bread, but it didn't turn out great. So I'm gonna have to try more with that. Okay, the flour is way up here because I'm ridiculous. Okay, so we got our empty bowl here. Now, the thing with the flour, we're gonna put about 3.5 cups of flour. And I say about, so just know that this is, okay, so if you're doing it this way, I would definitely say, I don't know, so I meant like what? Does anybody know how many I poured? I think it was 2 cups. So we're going to go with, because they were generous for us, we're going to go with that. We'll see if we need more later. Okay. So now some people just use baking soda. I use baking soda and baking powder. I guess it's kind of personal preference on that. But you have to be careful because baking powder can really, you can go hard on it and it can leave a taste. And it gets funky. So I wouldn't put too much in. I do, but not too much. So on this and my baking powder is hidden. It is hiding from me. Oh, I see it. I see it. I got it. Okay. Just so everybody, I think you could probably tell, but I'm short. And it poses some issues on grabbing things, and like all the top shelves are unused because I can't reach them without climbing. Anna, the reason I don't want to do that is because I can't handle 110. Like, that's crazy. And the amount of air conditioning it would take. What if my air conditioning went out? Like, no, that's a little too excessive heat for me. Okay, so baking powder. Bam. Ta-da, that much. Baking soda. That much. Sorry about the non-precise measurements. This is baking with Manda. And Sheila is very aware, and she knows how it usually turns out. Okay, next, I'm going to take these dry ingredients, and we're going to just fluff them up, whisk them for a while till it gets nice and fluffy. And mainly too, it doesn't just mix the ingredients, but I just lost the word, but you want to fluff your flour. You want some air in there. And the flour, again, is pretty packed. I forgot, there's actually a term for it, but I somehow have lost that word. But there really is a term for sifting. That's what you're doing. You're sifting your flour and the ingredients together. Look at that, all the words today. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to take this and this, and we're going to combine them. And the thing with quick breads, I find too, is with a quick bread, you don't want to like heavily mix it. You want it to just kind of come together. So, question, while I mix this together, I'm going to turn around. How are you all doing? Oh, I missed a bunch of... Kate's here. Hi, Kate. Okay. Right. I love doing this. And I have, Kate had also brought apples. So I got a bunch of Granny Smith here too that I'm going to be turning into something yummy. I find that my love of baking and cooking came from my grandmother. I used to do this with her when I was very young, when there were periods of time that I lived at their house. What's my favorite fruit? Oh, that's a hard one. I would have to say berries. I like, and it's not like one. I really like berries. There's so many flavors and little profiles and differences. I like berries. Watermelon. I don't like any of the melons. I am not a fan of melons. I never have been. Even as a kid, I passed on it. Except for like watermelon candy. I do like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Okay, now that that's mixed, see, it's going to kind of look a little lumpy, but it's good mixed. Now, cutting board. And these are the rest of the pecans I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it goes. I'm probably going to put half in there, and I'm going to put them all in there. Oh, hi, I'm in England. I am in Seattle baking. Is it late there? pecans laid out. Bam. Okay, I am going to reach around, y'all, and grab a knife. One thing that I want to say is that one thing I'd like to say is that when I cut or chop these pecans, I'm not going to interact much because I can't get distracted on that. Let's see. Do I often pray? No, I do not. I have my routine of my own beliefs, and I don't call it praying, and I wouldn't think it would be because it's not in the context of religion. When what people would consider pray, it's my focus on understanding that this too shall pass, and it's all changeable, and I speak to the universe, and I can't put any, there's no religious backing behind it. So no, I guess I don't pray. So that was a short answer. I think I kind of went off on a little tangent there. Let's see, it's 22. Oh, wow. Let's see, that's, so that would be 10. Okay, so I'm gonna chop these pecans. I do find though that the best way to not get cut is to put my hand over the knife and make sure that my thumb doesn't come down like that. And it's really up to you what the size of the piece is. Like, sometimes I do big chunky, sometimes I do small. And today I think we're going to go kind of like a coarse chop, which would be kind of not fine, but a good chop here. In the meantime, while I am chopping here, I would like you all, I am actually going to take a break from chopping for just a second, and I would like you to follow this vlog. Just to be loving and supportive. Again, no ideology, and she has oncologists that are working very, very hard, so the remedies and things like that, unless it's in adjunct to the care she's receiving, that's not necessarily helpful. Okay, chop the cuts. The one thing, spreading love, spreading support, taking action to be kind, taking action to be a better, giving, loving person. I think that if I would just say what my praying or my meditation or my thinking, because I believe that what we think kind of comes to be. If we focus on negative, and it's not that negative thoughts and those things don't happen, it's that we have to understand that when they come, we have to recognize them, understand that those are not truths, that those are lies, and then focus on catching it every time and slowly making those changes to different thought processes. And so I think it's a concentration on my own thoughts and how to be better, how to do better. And in my head right now, I'm like, you are not going to cut yourself on live. If you're wondering what I'm thinking. Okay. Oops. One escaped. All right, we got a good coarse chop going on. We're just going to take that and throw those in there. And then we're going to grab our chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to use some semi-sweet. And then I'm torn. I was going to add some butterscotch, but I think that's overkill. And I'll save the butterscotch for oatmeal cookies. That's what I'll do with that. I do have to say that I am so glad that I went to the doctor. I am feeling so much better now. Man, it's hard without music in the background. Check on comments. Any comments? They're kind of warm, so I think they're sticking just a bit. Mainly, I just want to break them up because otherwise, I don't like when they stay just chips in the bread. I like it kind of, they'll spread out and it makes for a little creamier bread. Okay, we're on that. Okay, that goes in there. All right, and we're just gonna mix this together and, I'm gonna turn the oven on. Okay, one thing that's really important with baking is calibrating your oven. Sometimes ovens will cook lower than the temperature higher. I should do that because it is important, but I know that my oven cooks kind of hot. It's about 25 degrees hotter than the dial says. So I set mine at 350, but I would say if you have a calibrated oven, it would probably be 375. And again, no heavy mixing, just kind of get them in there, swish it around, and be done. Then we're going to take these out. Okay, now I'm going to be using different kinds. Okay, all is good. All is good. I'm just going to wash this off. Okay, so that happened. That did, but didn't cut myself live. Bam, look at me go. Okay, so with that over, okay, we're going to be using what I was going to say. I'm actually using 3 different sizes and different kinds. So I'm going to take these out and I'm going to be using this one that fits inside of this one, and a bread pan. And the deepest one is going to be the bread pan. And I'm going to oil those up because that is important. And again, I don't like tons of oil. It's just a little bit of oil in the corners. You don't want that to stick. This one is already non-stick, so just rub it around. I need just a little more for that one. Okay, how do you know it is plus 25 degrees? Okay, I'm assuming, Kayak, that this is a trick question. I would look at my weather bug app and it would tell me, but how other people do it, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Wyatt. It's horrible. I use my phone for everything. Okay, so we got these going. Bam. There we go. Up. And pretty much now you just separate it. You decide how deep you want it. And that's gonna, it might rise double. And that's kind of what you want is that rise. So just put as much as you want your, banana bread to be as deep as you want it. And I'm not going to go real deep because I'm splitting it between so many. The two larger ones are going to be more like bars. But by checking on the oven, I will be able to tell when each one is done and in which time. They will cook at different rates. And as much as I can out there, I do not have a spatula for that, so over here. Okay. All right. I can already tell that I did not put enough in this one, so I'm just going to take it off the top. I don't want to scrape the bottom because it'll scrape that kind of oil layer off of there. Okay. We're good on that one. We're good on the other one. Dun, dun, dun. And this one will be good. They'll just be more like bars. And if that one's not as good, guess what I do? I keep it. That's mine. I give the good stuff away. Make me hungry. A kayak excursion. I'm talking about your oven. How do I know just from cooking stuff? Well, I've calibrated before, and I literally have been cooking since childhood. It's just a knowledge you kind of get as to how your stuff cooks and how fast. And such things as even altitude, where you are in relation to your environment, where that oven is, affects the cooking time and the temperature. So it's really, honestly, when I say plus 25, it's about a guess. But guesstimates can be good as long as they're paired with, other experience, not just total guess. Okay, so pop these in. Breaking a cardinal rule, preheat your oven, and I forgot, but I'm still just popping them in. Okay, got those in there. Dishes all going. Put the stuff away. So does anybody have any questions or anything you want to discuss? Because if not, I am going to wrap it up so I can do dishes and get some other things done while this is baking. And like I said, I'm going to be posting the finished product on Patreon and Instagram. So I'm going to be this year working more with Patreon as well, trying to get. It's really difficult with behind the scenes stuff because I lead a very chill life myself. I mean, and then the work I do deals with vulnerable people, so it's difficult to show. You don't want to show faces or anything like that. It's just being in such a position of vulnerability. So yeah, this is this is behind the scenes. Okay, guys. Like I said, love the live format. I think this is great. I enjoyed this. I enjoy just having a lighthearted vlog live. So I am going to get going and probably suck down some more coffee. And I will talk. Hi, Carlos. I am just leaving. But I hope you all have a great day. And if you want to see the finished product again, and everything is in the descriptions. And you all have a beautiful day.